Hello and welcome to this edition of Bayou Time. I'm your host, Keith Whiteside, licensed clinical social worker with Trouble Home Care. Very glad you're joining us. However you may be joining us, we appreciate it. And look, we always like to try and bring you updated information, especially when we have either some ongoing reports or we have updated information. One of the best ways to get that information, Chief of Police Travis Terrell. Travis, thanks for joining us, man.
Thank you for having me again.
All right, we appreciate it. So several different things going on that we like to talk about, which I appreciate. Let's first talk about this situation over at Stark Corporation.
Yeah, so our units were dispatched on October 10th to the Stark Corporation. Upon their arrival, and after further investigation, there was a threat being made on the Stark Corporation by a subject by the name of Gregory Trosclair, 40 years old.
He's pictured here.
And as the investigation continued, they also discovered that there was communication with a Megan Boudreaux.
Okay.
And in those communications between the two of them, it appeared that there was possibly a plan that was being made to cause harm to the employees of Stark Corporation.
Okay.
That caused the Stark Corp to immediately go into a lockdown for the employee safety, and the suspects were quickly located, taken into custody without incident, and were arrested for one count of terrorizing.
Okay. And again, terrorizing is one of those things whenever there's statements made or the accusation of. And I know we don't have a whole lot more information about this, but it's important for people to realize that we're going to address these kinds of issues. You just can't make these kinds of threats.
That's right. So whenever you have this type of communication and it makes it to the actual business and you cause alarm to that business, and you cause them things like lockdown and increased security, and you cause panic within the business, it constitutes terrorizing. People need to realize that.
Right. And quite frankly, it just shuts down their ability to provide care. Stark Corporation provides care in so many different arenas that you're interrupting the care to other people.
Right. And is viewed the same by schools whenever these kids make these threats.
Right. And so this was an ex-employee, right?
Gregory was an ex-employee with communication with the current employee.
Right. Okay. And so again, that's an ongoing investigation. I know they're going to continue to do that, but that's just kind of what happens when we let people know or we find out about this. And it's going to be addressed very quickly. And fortunately, Stark Corporation and HPD were able to work very closely together to address that issue.
That's right. We have a very good working relationship with them, and we're glad we were able to resolve it.
Yeah, very good. I'm glad to hear that. And then we'll get whatever follow-ups there are about that. Let's talk a little bit more about this situation that officers had to respond to on Orgeron Street regarding that disturbance.
So on October 8th, around 7:30 in the morning, our officers responded to the 100 block of Orgeron Street. When they arrived, they discovered that there was a male subject suffering from trauma to the head. So what the investigation revealed is that Quantamise Marzel, 31 years old, is the ex-boyfriend of a female that resides at that residence.
Okay.
He traveled to Houma from White Castle to confront her current boyfriend. Whenever they arrived, there was some type of altercation that took place, and Quantamise armed himself with a hammer that was in his vehicle and struck the victim in the head. At that point in time, Quantamise fled the scene.
Right.
The victim was transported to the hospital, only to have Quantamise return to the victim's home after they were gone, burglarize it, grab the keys to the car, steal the car, go to Bayou, destroy the vehicle, and was attempting to drive it into the canal, but he was not successful.
Wow.
As a result, there's been a warrant obtained for the arrest for Quantamise for one count of attempted second-degree murder, one count of obstruction of justice, one count simple burglary, one count felony criminal damage to property, and stalking. And we're asking that anyone with information on this gentleman to please contact the Houma Police Department at 985-873-6371 or Bayou Region Crime Stoppers at 1-800-743-7433.
Right, and they can also use the app to be able to do that. They can use that or go to www.crimestoppers.org as you see there, or you can use the app. Tipsters could be eligible for a reward up to $1,000 in cash if the information leads to an arrest.
That's correct.
And quite frankly, we'd like to be able to get this person off the streets.
That's right. That's right.
Because not only did the individual that we've been able to show came and early in the morning came and addressed the boyfriend, as he was the ex-boyfriend of this young lady, and attacked them and be hit with second-degree murder, with attempted second-degree murder, but he came back.
That's right.
And so this is somebody that has not really made good decisions twice in a row.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
It kind of makes us a little bit nervous about that, and that's why we want people to know. Let's put his picture back up there again. Want to let you know that we're looking at, and I'm not sure if we're saying his name right, but Quintemese, Quintemese Marzell, Marzell, 31 years old, and we've identified that he's from out of town, right? He lives in White Castle. And so if anybody knows the whereabouts about him, please reach out, as Chief mentioned, to the Houma Police Department, 873-6371, or on Bayou Region Crime Stoppers at 1-800-743-7433. You know, we always seem to find ourselves in these situations where people just, make these decisions that we've got to get more involved. And, hitting somebody in the head with a hammer is
pretty serious.
Yeah.
Yep.
Especially because he went back to his vehicle to get it, right?
That's correct.
That kind of lets us know that, he went there with the intent to harm.
That's correct.
And that's why there's these.
That's why the abundance of charges. That's
right,
correct.
exactly.
Yep.
And so charged was the word I was looking for earlier, being charged with that second-degree murder. Now, you guys are also learning from situations that happen in other areas.
So, yes. So we like to be proactive. And one thing we're very proud of, within Terrebonne Parish, we have a heightened state of security at all of our school events.
Right.
Terrebonne High being one of them. That's one of our larger stadiums in Houma. And I'm sure people have noticed we have guard towers and everything else out.
Right.
So as a result of the recent incident that occurred at Thibodeau High that I think everybody's aware of.
Right. So the shooting near the
yes,
school.
Shooting near the school.
Correct. Not at the school,
That's
near
correct.
the school. Very
That's
important.
But to make people feel safe, we are increasing the security at Terrebonne High School for the football game this week. And people should prepare for delays when entering.
Okay.
From what I understand, the school's going to be implementing a bag policy.
Oh, good.
And we're going to have additional security. We'll probably be closing roadways down around the school, just for safety for pedestrians and things like that.
Sure.
To go back and forth. But people should prepare for delays when going to the school, and we're going to take these things serious to provide for a safe environment and a family-friendly environment for everyone to go and enjoy and watch their children play sports.
Yeah, I mean, it's a venue where we want to make sure that our kids who are playing are safe, but we certainly want to make sure that the safety of all the people going as well. For people that may be wanting to do, any activity that's not family friendly like that is, you're going to be much more alerted to that. And keep in mind that we're going to be able to do bag checks as a heightened security as well.
And there's going to be zero tolerance.
That's right.
If you go there with the wrong intention, you're going to be asked to leave.
Right.
And if you fight or anything else, you're going to be charged.
Right. So it'll work. Chief, we appreciate updates on all three of these situations and events. We appreciate you always keeping us up to date on things as they're ongoing.
Thank you.
All right. All right, guys, that'll do it for this particular segment. Don't go anywhere. A lot more Bayou time when we continue.